You've probably seen some of Haaland's rocket strikes. The reason he might kick it so hard is so that goalies don't stand a chance of saving the ball.
Erling Haaland!
I'm here to tell you that the way he does this is no secret at all. By the end of this video, I will teach you 10 different tactics that you can implement into your training to shoot just as hard as Haaland. Tactic number 1, are you using the correct ball? There are many different types of balls you can use, and they're all good choices. But if you really want to get good at shooting missiles every time you strike the ball, I would practice using a Mikasa FT5. Unlike conventional footballs that are stitched with padding all around, the Mikasa is nylon wound with virtually no padding at all. This one is going to feel a lot heavier and harder due to the lack of padding that it has. Meaning you're going to have to learn how to strike the ball properly and also hit it a lot harder in order to get that powerful shot off. Number 2, how do you attack the ball? There are 2 things I mean by attacking the ball. One of which is your run-up. You see, the closer the ball is towards your body, the less ability you have to be able to swing your leg all the way back and get that proper form to hit the ball correctly for that rocket shot. What you want to do if you have the ball close to your body and you want to go for a hard shot is take a small touch out and away from your body, just enough to be able to get that shot off. But a quick caveat to this is you don't want to go hard on the touch because you might end up losing the ball and losing possession. The second part I mean by this is how is your momentum, which goes hand in hand with your run-up. The amount of speed you use during your run-up onto the ball will determine your momentum. In other words, the faster you run onto the ball, the harder your strike will be. Tactic 3, your non-shooting foot is killing your shot. You see, where you place your non-shooting foot is crucial to getting this kind of shot right. If you place your non-striking foot in front of the ball, you'll be sure to 1, feel weird when you shoot, and 2, mess the shot up. The same as if you place your foot behind the ball. The correct thing to do here is place your foot right next to the ball. This will give you stability and help you guide your shooting foot through the ball. You also want to point your standing foot in the direction that you're shooting. Doing so turns your body towards the goal, helping you with your accuracy. Tactic number 4, be aware of your leg movement. You're probably not thinking about your leg movement when you're out on the field, but if you're going for that power shot, you should. What I'm trying to get at is that once you're about ready to kick the ball, what you want to do is swing your leg all the way back to get enough range of motion for that power shot. Also, you don't want to stop your leg once you make contact with the ball. This will weaken your shot. What you want to make sure is that you really follow through the ball all the way to get that extra power you need. Tactic number 5, get off the ground. Getting your feet off the ground will give you more weight and muscle behind the ball when striking, whereas opposed to not getting your feet off the ground, you'll generate a weaker shot. So once you make contact with the ball, you want to get both your feet off the ground. There are many different ways to do this, but one way to do this is by landing on your striking foot. Do this and you'll be sure to get that extra power. So we've already gone through 5 different tactics that you can implement into your training to get that stronger shot. But I've got 5 more tactics that you can use. So let's get to it. Tactic number 6, don't lean wrong. Unfortunately, leaning back is a habit that many players develop because of how natural it feels. If you lean backwards, that angles your body upwards, causing you to shoot the ball up into the moon. What you really want to focus on doing and making a habit is leaning forward and over the ball. This way you don't overshoot, especially if you're going for those hard shots. A good tip to help you with this is keeping your head down and focusing on the ball, but only when you're going for the shot. Tactic number 7, strike the ball properly. Of course, like everything else, there's a right and there's a wrong, and how you make contact with the ball is no exception. Let's start where you want to actually strike the ball. Hit too low and you'll be sending the ball into orbit. Hit too high and the ball will dig into the ground, messing up your shot and weakening it. What you want to do is strike the ball straight through the center or the heart of the ball. Now, in terms of what part of your foot you want to hit the ball with, you want to do so with your instep, which is the part of your foot right above your arch here. You might hear people tell you to shoot with your laces, which is true and will work, but shooting with your instep will give you the most power and accuracy. So if you want to be just like Haaland, use your instep. Tactic number 8, fix your ankle. You see, your ankle plays a pivotal role when you are striking the ball, even more so if you're going for power. What you want to do with your ankle is make sure you lock it up right before, during, and after you strike the ball. Locking your ankle will not only tighten up and strengthen your muscles and ligaments, but it will make your foot rigid and help carry the power generated through your legs to the ball. Moving on to tactic number 9, use the right muscles. Believe it or not, power doesn't actually come from your hamstrings or calves. The power is actually coming from your thighs, hips, and stomach. So what you really want to be doing every time you go for a power shot is contracting your core as soon as you're about to strike the ball. Not doing so will leave all the hard work up to your thighs, and contracting your core spreads the workload out to the other 2 muscles. If you want to work on these muscles to strengthen them, some workouts I can recommend are barbell squats for thighs, abdominal crunches for your core, and lateral band walks for your hips. Moving on to tactic number 10, perfect your balance and technique. Everything that I've told you before this, you should be implementing into your technique to get that Haaland power shot. But you also don't want to forget about your balance. This is very important so you don't mess up your shot. If you lose balance while you're going for the strike, you will not have the proper technique and your shot will not be as powerful, or you'll mess it up completely. To strengthen your balance, you can use a balance trainer. Start off by using 2 feet, then move on to 1, and then after that, once you've mastered the 1 foot, make a leg swinging motion as you were going to kick a ball while standing on your 1 foot. This will be sure to train your balance. Now, to get your technique down, you're just going to have to practice, practice, practice. Implement everything that I've told you and your technique will come naturally, making you a rocket shooting machine. Those are the 10 different tactics that you should implement into your shooting if you want to be shooting bullets just like Haaland.